City of Birmingham, Alabama, Inglenook District Community. Thanks to the Environment Recovery. Staffed by NAROs Lawn Service, LLC, Frontline Neighborhood Beautification Contractors, who provided overgrowth clearing services. Great job, guys.
Special shout out to the City of Birmingham's Environmental Services and our City Councilman J.T. Moore for the expedited response to the community's request for neighborhood management of debris and overgrowth of vacant lots and unpassable sidewalks. Special thanks and expression of gratitude goes out to NAROs Lawn Services and its staff members. NAROs Lawn Service is a professional landscaping company based in Birmingham, Alabama, specializing in providing lawn maintenance and care services to residential and commercial properties. With a focus on quality workmanship and attention to detail, NAROs Lawn Service offers a range of services including mowing, trimming, and seasonal cleanups to keep outdoor spaces looking their best. Standing on a tree-lined hilltop residential street. Welcome to Inglenook. Placard in the foreground of Daniel, a Birmingham citizen residing in the Inglenook suburban community, as a gracious member showing his appreciation. Shaking hands with one of the 4 Black American businessmen of the environmental maintenance crew standing across from Daniel is the crew chief of NAROs Lawn Service, LLC, while the city of Birmingham, Alabama glimmers over a hilltop scene with skyscrapers. In the background, the crew gets to work early every morning, about 9 a.m. to start chopping, weed whacking, mowing, raking, and blowing the overgrown lots of trees and debris scattered all about Out Street, 46th Avenue North. It's been a long wait, virtually watching our community being taken over by crabgrass, weeds, bushes, branches, and trash.
Break time. Honoring NAROs staff member with a home-cooked meal of roast pork, a side of baked beans, and a fresh salad melody, and a cold drink was the least I could do to express my sincere appreciation for all their hard work and effort to bring our community back from the brink of despair. In the Stoic tradition, virtue is expressed not in words alone, but in deeds. When a man prepares a meal for those who have labored on his behalf, he honors the principle of justice, giving each person their due. He also practices gratitude, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a deliberate act of recognition. The shared table becomes a symbol of community, where mutual respect replaces transaction and fellowship transcends hardship. In this, the host lives according to nature's highest calling, to act with integrity, to repay kindness, and to strengthen the bonds that hold society together.
The Walnut Tree and the Lightning's Lesson. A fable of faith, fortune, and fallen giants. Once upon a time, in a quiet neighborhood nestled between the hum of city life and the hush of sacred prayer, stood a mighty walnut tree. For 100 years, it had watched over the land, its roots deep in memory, its branches stretched toward heaven. It had shaded generations, whispered secrets to the wind, and stood as a sentinel of time. But on one stormy April afternoon, while Danny was away tending to errands, the sky cracked open with fury. A bolt of lightning, swift and merciless, struck the old tree's heart. The walnut groaned, shuddered, and fell, not in rage, but in surrender. Its massive trunk crashed onto a steel fence, narrowly missing the neighbor's church rooftop. The tree lay sprawled across 2 yards, its core revealed to be hollowed by a hidden illness, a tumor that had quietly eaten away its strength. When Danny returned, he stood before the fallen giant, his heart heavy. "What am I going to do?" he asked aloud. No insurance. No savings. No help in sight. So he did what the wise do when the world grows silent. He prayed. Days passed. Then weeks. The tree remained a monument to misfortune. But Danny did not despair. He cleared what he could, one branch at a time, trusting that help would come. And one day, it did. The humble man from NAROs Lawn Service, prompted by Danny's kind gesture of gratitude, offered to cut the remaining trunk. And just like that, one good deed deserved another. Kindness is not hard and does not take a lot of effort. It was a small price for a great burden lifted. But the blessings did not end there. That very day, the city of Birmingham's bulky trash collectors, who rarely came at all, arrived not once, but twice. They hauled away the last remnants of the fallen walnut, as if summoned by grace itself. Danny stood in his yard, now cleared of sorrow, and whispered thanks, not just to the workers, but to the unseen hand that had guided them. And so the fable ends not with the fall of a tree, but with the rise of faith.
Rob versus the Walnut Beast. Rob sized up the fallen walnut log like a seasoned gladiator entering the arena. This wasn't just any log, it was a prehistoric chunk of timber that looked like it had wrestled with dinosaurs and won. Thick, gnarled, and stubborn, it sat there daring anyone to try. But Rob came armed with a chainsaw and the confidence of a man who's cut through tougher things, like rush hour traffic and gas station beef jerky. He revved that chainsaw like it was a Harley at a barbecue, and with a grin that said, "I got this," he went to work. The blade met the wood, and to everyone's surprise, except Rob's, it sliced through that log like it was warm cornbread. No hesitation, no drama, just clean, buttery cuts. Neighbors peeked out their windows. Birds paused mid-flight. Even the church steeple seemed to lean in a little closer. By the time Rob was done, the log was reduced to neat, stackable chunks, like he'd just diced a giant vegetable for Sunday stew. He wiped his brow, nodded once, and said, $20. I gave him 30, because that wasn't just tree removal, it was performance art.